What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. A storm is coming. Conor McGregor, the rematch is here. Poirier versus McGregor 2, only on ESPN Plus. Use my link in the description. UFC 257. I'll see you at the fights.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yo, bad news. Ryan Garcia is not ready for Gervonta Tank Davis. So says Mikey Garcia, accomplished fighter, multiple division fighter. And we're going to talk about that in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Now, the link is in the description box of this very video. There's a recent interview with Mikey Garcia, and Mikey Garcia weighed in on first Ryan Garcia's performance. They both share the same last name, no relation. And he weighed in on Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. He gave a lot of props to Ryan Garcia, says he predicted Ryan Garcia to be the victor over Luke Campbell. And he says it became a better win and victory and more emphatic for Ryan Garcia because he got dropped in the second round, and he liked overall how he responded, which is basically the same thing that I told you guys on my channel. You know, I really like how Ryan Garcia got dropped, responded to the adversity, and you know, he was still pressing the fight, showing that he wanted to be there. Some guys, like let's say Victor Ortiz in the Maidana fight, I don't know, dude. I just think I'm too young to be getting beat up like this. And they'll find a way out, and they'll mentally check out. And you can see that realistically they don't want to be there. Even if you look at the Zab Judah fight with Amir Khan, Zab Judah, he got dropped by Amir Khan, I think it was, and he was busy arguing with the ref, and then he got counted out. So little moves like that, you could tell if a fighter has kind of mentally checked out. And good thing for Ryan Garcia is we didn't see that. He is a superstar. Obviously, nobody wants to get knocked down in front of all your fans. He was the America's star. They fought in America in Texas. You got your crowd there. And it's embarrassing, but he was very poised. And that's kind of what Mikey Garcia was saying in his interview, which again, the link is in the description. So good reaction by Ryan Garcia. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification icon. I got killer content. I'm dropping that 2021 heat already. Dope. Now, after praising Ryan Garcia, Mikey Garcia, he did say when he was asked about potential fights with Devin Haney or Gervonta Tank Davis, and I'm just paraphrasing. You guys can actually check the interview if you want to hear it verbatim. Mikey Garcia basically said that he likes the Devin Haney fight for Ryan Garcia right now a whole lot more. He believes that neither Devin Haney nor Ryan Garcia would beat Gervonta Tank Davis. And he says Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney is probably more of an even matchup. And he didn't expand on this, but I think it's because Devin Haney is a tremendous, well-schooled boxer, and it's a good stylistic matchup because some people believe that Devin Haney's power is not shocking power. So Ryan Garcia, he would be the guy with speed as well, and also power punching. So it's a good stylistic matchup versus if you're fighting a southpaw like Luke Campbell and you're getting dropped in the second round, are you going to be ready for the aggressive stance? And you got to keep in mind a lot of, there's a lot of stuff going on with some of the young cats in the division. And they got to understand Tank Davis is a couple years ahead of all those dudes because Tank Davis was fighting on a co-feature, which was a great card with James DeGale and Badu Jack on a Mayweather promotion card, PBC card. And this was way back 2017, some right around there. This is just off the top of my head, but he was fighting for a title against Jose Pedraza, and he's done that. He fought on Mayweather-McGregor undercard against Fonseca before Tevin Farmer, before Ryan Garcia, So Tank has been at this level. He's been on high profile cards, and then he graduated to go into the UK. You know, Mayweather Promotions took him to the UK, and he fought as mandatory out there. Liam Walsh destroyed him, came out dressed up like Michael Jackson. Then later he was supposed to fight Abner Mares, but Abner Mares pulled out because he had a detached retina, but he still brought out all the celebrities like Lil Wayne. Cause I am the Birdman, JR. I ain't tripping. I play the corner like Ripken. Yo, moolah, he had Drake in the crowd, Birdman, Odell, OBJ, you know. So Tank's been at the level. He sold out Baltimore, Black Hollywood, Atlanta. I was at that fight, lit, you know what I mean? So Teofimo, he said some stuff recently like, oh, the only one that stepped up is Ryan Garcia. But Teofimo beating Lomachenko, this is just my opinion. Teofimo beating Lomachenko, you just now doing and becoming a champion with the Comey and the Lomachenko fights. You're just doing what basically Tank has been doing, you know, in terms of the high profile fights. But back to Mikey Garcia's thoughts. He basically said that he don't see that fight ending well for Ryan Garcia. He didn't predict if it was a knockout or decision, but if I had to infer, I would probably suggest he's thinking that Tank Davis would knock out Ryan Garcia, because in this whole interview, he sounded so certain that Ryan Garcia wouldn't beat Tank, and he kept insisting that Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney is a better fight. He says that he believes that Ryan's still a good dude. He said, I don't know about, maybe I'm saying the wrong word, he's not ready, but it sounded like, and this is just maybe my perception of it, but it kind of sounded like he was suggesting that it's not even necessarily a thing of being ready now. Maybe he'll never be ready. And that's kind of how I took it. But again, you can ask Mikey Garcia, go to his social media handle to see if he wants to clarify that. But the way I took it was that Ryan Garcia maybe makes some flaws where he might not just be ready for that style of Gervonta Tank Davis, an aggressive southpaw, precise puncher, things like that. Because he said he kind of like started expanding on the whole, I don't know if I'm saying the right word, if he's ready, but maybe he gets a couple more fights and then fights him. Will he be ready then? I don't know. So it just sounds like he doesn't believe that Ryan Garcia beats Gervonta Tank Davis. And I agree with him. I like Ryan Garcia. I like the movement. I still have doubts about the fight. You know, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't happen next. I don't know if Oscar De La Hoya would make that, because based on the defensive lapses I've seen, getting dropped by Luke Campbell, still a great performance by Ryan Garcia. And it showed people some stuff, but it also raised some additional questions. Now, I understand the sport and the art of the business of boxing is you got to make the most money while you can make the most money. So from that perspective, it's very possible that the fight happens next in terms of if they're looking for just a fight that makes money, because, you know, Instagram Nation, Ryan Garcia got that unlocked. He's been doing a lot of high profile features. You know, he's been on Kevin Hart's show, Cold as Balls, did an interview with him. He was on Mike Tyson. I made a video. Make sure you guys check that video too. But Mike Tyson called, or his staff called, Gervonta Tank Davis, and they had this whole little conversation. And Ryan Garcia swearing that Tank's going to get knocked out in 2 rounds. They're really going hard to promote this fight. So it's definitely possible that this fight might be done behind closed doors. Again, make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel. But I agree with Mikey Garcia. I mean, if they're just looking to cash out, make a good fight, and hoping Ryan's power can pay off in his speed, and then he can just catch Tank with something, because Tank only has, I think, 1 fight at 135, even though he got titles for the 135. In his last fight with Leo Santa Cruz, it was contested at 130 pounds. So I guess if they just think Ryan's size and speed and power can get to the shorter Tank, before he can get to him. I don't know, but we'll have to see. We'll see if it happens. I still have doubts that it will happen. You have most of the main people that I've seen in boxing not really thinking Ryan Garcia will win, including Mikey Garcia. He said in this interview that he should stick to fighting Devin Haney right now because that's probably a more winnable fight, and Tank is just on another level. So he gave props. It doesn't sound like Mikey Garcia was just hating on Tank or hating on Ryan Garcia or anything. It sounded like he was being honest and genuine. Now, one thing that was a little bit weird is the interview. Like, first of all, Mikey Garcia, he's put on some weight and he was saying some stuff about being retired. I don't know if that's an inside joke or what, but he was saying some stuff that he might come back, but he might be retired and race cars. I'm assuming he was joking, but he actually looks like physically like he put on some weight. He's looking more like his brother in general, Robert Garcia. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be real interesting. The other thing is, he said he might come back in May, sometime around there. He was kind of, I don't know, it was a little bit weird. Like the interview was kind of weird. Mikey Garcia was kind of looking down and playing with his phone and seemed a little bit disinterested, but he did have a couple points that I wanted to talk about in this here video about Ryan Garcia. So let me know what you guys think. Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Tank Davis, who wins that match? I guess, you know, different people. It's a big fight, so you're gonna have people who pick off emotions and things like that. So it's just a big fight. All in all, it's a big fight. My thing is, if for some reason, mark this video down, if for some reason the fight does not happen next between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, then I really feel like Golden Boy and Ryan Garcia, they really need to stage the fight with Devin Haney. Mikey Garcia likes it. I like it. I think the fans will like it. To me, that makes more sense. The Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis, to me, seems like more of a cash out fight that you can build, that you don't have to make straight away. It seems like, unless you're just trying to go for the gusto and, you know, hope Ryan Garcia comes through, I would want to, if I was Ryan's team, you know, I appreciate the fighters having heart and things like that, but I would want to work with the fighter, have Eddie Reynoso work with him more, tighten up some of those flaws that I seen in the Luke Campbell fight, because if he does fight Tank Davis next, then it's really just do or die. It's do or die. He's going to have to pull the trigger and learn on the job and be ready. And if he's not, then he might get blasted out. Tank Davis has knocked out every single one of his opponents except for one. So I really don't see Ryan Garcia's team being ultimately confident. Ryan Garcia himself, the fighter, does seem very confident. And, you know, you got to commend him for that. He keeps saying 2 rounds, and maybe he's trying to build himself up. I'm not really sure, but it just seems like such a weird fight that doesn't need to be made yet. I don't know if it will, but only time will tell, especially in the pandemic year. But I'm not going to stress it. We'll see what happens. If they make it, they make it. I'll definitely support it and watch the fight. It's still a good fight. If not, that I think Ryan Garcia definitely needs to fight Devin Haney. He's the mandatory for that belt. So it kind of seems like a distraction, but I'll hold out and we'll see what actually happens. Use my link, get the Conor McGregor fight ESPN Plus pay-per-view, and get ESPN Plus. They offer a ton of original content, docu-series, documentaries, archive footage, and much more. It's $5.99 for the standalone app, or get the bundle, ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all 3 apps for one low price of $12.99. So appreciate you, everybody. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Mikey Garcia says Ryan is not ready for Tank Davis. Tank is on another level. Do you agree with this statement? Let me know in the comment section. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.